What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I just want to do a step-by-step process on how to ship your Pokemon cards. I've been buying a lot recently and a lot of my cards have been coming damaged or not shipped properly. So I just wanted to recap my step-by-step process and how I ship my cards to ensure that they get in hands of my customers and safely during shipment. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. And yeah, so right here I have all my supplies. I have some cardboard. You can also use Ding Defend. You can buy on Amazon. I have a microfiber cloth. I have my bubble mailer, team bag, my masking tape, and then my card. So first up, I always like to wipe down the card with a microfiber cloth. See if we can't get this card out real quick. Just make sure all like the dust particles and any other debris is off the card. So I just give it a quick little wipe down. Doesn't have to be too crazy. So yeah, just give it a quick wipe down, making sure everything's off. And then you want to make sure you put the card into a sleeve. So you'd think this is is common sense, but I've received several cards recently that have been just placed in a top loader with no sleeve, and that can damage the card, scratch the card. So always make sure you put it into a fresh sleeve, just like that. And then you want to put it into a top loader. You can do a card saver as well, but I recommend a top loader just because it's a little bit more protected. Next up, you want to make sure you put a piece of masking tape over the top loader, the top of it, just so the card does not slip out. You don't want to use any Scotch tape or any other tape because it's harder to get off the top loader, and then the customer's gonna have to cut it open and it could damage the card. So masking tape is the easiest, painter's tape, whatever you want to call it, and just put it over like that so the card does not slip out. And then after that, make sure you put it into a team bag. This will ensure that the card is secure, and also there's no other dust or anything that's getting onto the card, the top loader. I also like to put my business card in there, and then a few other freebies, so I'll go ahead and grab those. I got my freebies. This is totally optional, but sometimes it can provide a little bit extra cushion for the card, and also it's a good way to get rid of some of your bulk cards that you no longer want that are taking up space. So then go ahead and close that team bag. You can find these team bags at card shops on Amazon really cheap, so definitely recommend these. Also, one thing I want to mention, especially for Pokemon cards, you do not want to ship your cards in any of these like mags or one touches, because the Pokemon cards don't fit in them right. There are certain one touches that are for Pokemon cards, but I've seen a lot of people ship cards in sports magazines, and a lot of times they wind up damaging the edges and everything. So I would always recommend, even for sports cards, putting it into a top loader and then including the mag if you want to include the mag or one touch in the shipment. So that's one side note. So now you have your little package here. Next up, you want to use 2 pieces of cardboard. You can just cut off, piece of cardboard from a box, or you can use Ding Defends. I have a few over here. These are a little more sturdy than cardboard, but they also, cost a bit more. I do have them linked in my link tree down below. They're also included in my grading guide on my eBay and my TikTok shop. So if you want to, buy those, go ahead, feel free. These are totally optional. Sometimes I like to cut it and then I can slip it into the team bag, and that can provide some good protection for the card. But again, like I said, totally optional. I normally stick with cardboard unless I'm shipping a high dollar card or shipping a grading order out. Next up, you just want to place the cardboard over top of your little package. Get some more masking tape. Again, use masking tape or painter's tape. Don't use Scotch tape because that's just a nightmare. And you don't need to overdo it, right? Some people like wrap the whole entire roll of tape around the cardboard, and that just causes kind of a pain for the consumer when they're opening their card pack. And then one on the bottom and one on the top. All right, so now all the tape is on, and all that's left to do really is throw it into this bubble mailer. Sometimes if you are shipping a high dollar card or a PSA slab, you can use a box so the slab does not get cracked. But normally if I'm shipping a single card, or if it's like $30 or under, $50 or under, I normally ship it into a bubble mailer and just seal it like that. And then you want to print the label and put it on top. So I'll get back to you guys once I print the label. All right, so I got the label here. Obviously not going to show the address or anything, but I always use a label printer. Label printers are a total lifesaver for me. They make the shipping process a lot easier. Before I used to print off the label on my computer, and then I would tape it onto the bubble mailer. The label printer, all you have to do is link the Bluetooth to the app, and then you just print it, peel the label off, and then paste it onto the bill of mailing. So once you have the label on, make sure that the barcode and everything is visible and easy to read for the post office, and you should be good to go. So that's how I ship my cards. If you guys have any other methods or questions, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. And other than that, make sure to go check out my socials, my Patreon, links in the description, and I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.